going on, everybody? My name is Will of the Hybrid Network. Welcome to the Marvelite podcast. We have a lot of people tonight, so you guys.
Yeah, we have the whole channel tonight.
It's a channel party tonight, but we have our marvelous Marvel Luke.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's good to be back.
Oh yeah.
Wait. Was it my turn, or were you saying DC Luke? I'm not sure.
No, I'm introducing everybody.
Oh, okay.
You're going down the line.
Okay, so I assume that it
going
was
down the line. We got DC Luke.
I'm here.
We have the other black dude, Michael.
Whoa! Hey guys.
And
back from robbing people.
Yeah, see,
and we have Nick. We have Nick the hater.
Yeah, I'm here. Wait, this is the Marvel podcast, right?
Yes, it is.
Oh wait, I think I'm on the wrong show. Wait, how did I end up here?
How did I end up?
I mean, our
these
Luke
Marvel
decided
jerks.
to do a sit down.
Yeah, all these Marvel funny book boys. How did I end up in this podcast?
Yeah, our Luke decided to cheat
boy.
out and went over to CBC last week.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, that was
No
a good
salt.
episode, by the way.
It
I
was
will
pretty
say,
good.
I did like that
You
cameo.
did a good job, Luke.
Thank you.
Yeah.
People in the
Although
in the comment,
you didn't really help out with those 15 questions.
yeah, okay. Funny story about that, actually. Armin had messaged me and was like, "Hey, bro, you ready?" And I'm like, "Oh shit, I just woke up." So,
When do they record?
yeah, and I had like 5 minutes to wake up, like hurry to brush my teeth, drink some water, and yeah, I'm like, "Yep, I'm good to go. Let's go." So,
Like they were gonna smell your breath through the
I was
microphone
thinking
or
the same
something.
thing.
no, I just needed to wake up. So,
Confirm they record at 5 a.m. in the morning.
no, it was like 2 in
Sounds
the
right.
afternoon.
Same difference.
Like,
Just,
yeah, I wake up
you're
at
ready?
2.
Like, oh man. Because, like, they were doing the 15 questions, and I was listening, and I knew it was Scarecrow, like, the minute that they got, like, 3 questions. I'm like, why isn't Luke saying anything? And it's like, it's obvious it's Scarecrow.
You know,
Went back to sleep.
Funny about that, I thought about Scarecrow, but I'm like, it's not going to be Scarecrow. And then I was starting to think it was Talon, and then Tom said Talon, and it was not Talon, and I'm like, oh, well, damn, I don't know who it is now.
Right. I mean,
Guess we'll
Yeah.
never know. Oh wait. Anyways,
Yeah.
I mean, we
go-
do know.
let's get into
Let's get to the
these
Marvelous.
topics.
yeah.
Let's get back to
back
us.
This ain't
back to-
CBC. This is Marvelite.
Woo!
Woo!
Yeah.
Go live up to that.
Woo! Anyways, so we
Ric
got
Flair up
confirmation
in
that
here.
we got confirmation that Marvel's Most Wanted is still happening, or as some people refer to it, the Mockingbird Show.
The Mockingbird Show.
And you know what's funny about that? DC has an equivalent they just announced that is coming to television as well.
An equivalent.
Which is that?
Wow, funny that.
Okay,
Small world.
hold up. So Marvel's Most Wanted, it's basically Mockingbird, like, just doing her thing, right?
Pretty much, yeah.
Well, it's Mockingbird
So it's basically
and her
just Agents of
ex-fiancé.
S.H.I.E.L.D..
Hunter? Yeah, it'll
No,
probably be them
it's
too.
a spin-off of a spin-off.
Oh wait,
I mean-
okay, wait. So Marvel's Most Wanted is going to be a Mockingbird-centric show.
Apparently. I think that's what the initial pitch
I thought
was.
Mac was going to be in there
I
too.
thought that Mockingbird was getting her own thing with its own title. Like I thought Most Wanted was like an kind of like an Office style like TV show.
Oh no,
No.
that's damage.
Oh my
No,
God.
Most
Powerless.
Wanted is the. Yeah, Most Wanted is
Yeah.
I remember what you're talking about, but Most Wanted was it's Mockingbird and the British Thunder, whatever his name is. That one agent.
Okay.
Like,
yeah, I got
going
those
around-
confused.
Scooby ganging it up.
Scooby Doo.
I don't know, like, what would it follow? Would it be her? Like, I know her, like, legs kind of messed up recently in the show. Would it be her off time, like, just working out?
Sound like a personal
I
problem.
mean, she's okay now, isn't she?
I think
it'll
she's
be-
getting better now.
It's just
It'll be
it's
a
just
mid-season like Legends of Tomorrow.
yeah, it's just 40 minutes of her working out, and
Yeah.
yeah, occasionally
Well-
going on small little misadventures.
It's her regretting her life after the Wonder Woman pilot.
Oh.
Oh yeah, good old pipe throat.
Yeah.
People like
And
to
not the way
forget
you
about
wanted
that.
to be.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah.
Like, would you guys watch that show if it ever is to come?
Yeah, we're gonna do an audio commentary. Confirmed.
For Marvel's Most Wanted?
Like, I'm
no.
gonna be completely honest with you guys. I don't care about any Marvel show that's not Netflix. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Agent Carter's okay, but if it's about Mockingbird, I may give it a shot, but I really don't want to.
Well, going off Agent Carter, you know why it's a good show?
Why?
Two big reasons. I don't know if you guys know what I'm referring to.
Two big reasons Dwayne Johnson Max over.
Yeah. Yeah, two big glaring reasons for liking Agent Carter.
Yeah.
What are they?
Yeah. Well, okay, I'm not gonna.
We'll have an
spell
anatomy
it.
lesson after this.
Yeah, I can't. I don't know. There's kids
this
watching
is a
this.
This is a PG podcast.
Yeah, there's kids.
Oh
listening to this
shoot!
Oh
it
my
involves
God.
the titular character.
Michael gets it. No, I actually like it besides those, but yeah, Most Wanted, cool, I guess. I don't.
Well, it's gonna be interesting to see how they're gonna try and separate it from Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. and all that's kind of how are they gonna make it different?
24/7.
Probably not at all.
She's gonna like run her own like division of Shield.
Well,
Oh.
She's gonna no. I can get like I could see how they could spin that. They could have her go and recruit other like minor like Z-listers in the Marvel universe. Sort of form a little like team like of covert. They go on like covert missions.
well, see,
I,
they're doing that though, aren't they? With Secret Warriors coming soon. Second season.
I
second
don't
half.
know. And like Secret Warriors could spin off into Most Wanted, so
Exactly.
a spin off
Yeah.
of a spin off. So
Well, yeah, it makes sense. Yeah.
definitely. Will is being silent. I don't know if he's touching a butt right now or if he's thinking of a really bad segue into our next topic. Well, I guess since he's not here at the moment, I guess it's up to me, even though he's the one that's supposed to be hosting.
Luke must take up the reins. He must take charge.
Yeah. Speaking of
Skywalker.
Marvel TV, yeah.
Daredevil season 2
motion posters.
got its first teaser trailer and premiere day. It premieres on March 18th, which by the way, people can relax. It doesn't come out March 25th. Like the same day Batman v Superman.
You can hold all your
Yeah, people are
fanboy
bugging out, man.
theories and
Seriously,
People
things
were
like
freaking
that
out. I don't know why.
on the internet is the reason why we can't have nice things.
I thought El Maembe was the reason we can't have nice things.
Well, him too, but
There's a lot of things that we can't have nice things about.
Joe Quesada.
specifically him, John Campia. No, I don't need to be starting.
You
any
already
flame
trashed Campio once. You can
Cappy
do it
is my
again.
boy. I gotta represent.
wars. Oh man, get
No,
off.
dude.
Get off. Get off this podcast right now.
No, I don't hate any of them. I just
I hate Campia. But
I strongly disagree with a lot of things that they say, and they have big pull in this industry as far as opinions go. So they are, heavily listened to, and they kind of influence the masses in this industry. It kind
you know
of
what, Luke?
it kind of saddens me a little bit.
I think John Campia might be listening to us right now. I think we might have to be careful about how we go about
AMC
this.
won't sponsor us.
Hey, I'm more than
Because
welcome.
I don't care
Forgot
what
about
John Campino thinks.
I'm more than welcome to have John Schnepp on the show.
Oh yeah, Schnepp is cool.
Yeah, Schnepp is
But-
welcome on the Marvelite anytime.
Whoa. Is this discrimination against the Johns?
You got that
Yeah.
right?
Wrong?
Notice
is a
there's no one
fact.
at Hybrid named John.
Whoa.
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 Mind blown.
You're right.
Oh my god.
But-
We're turning into a shit show real quick.
But
Yeah,
we got a lot of images from Daredevil season 2 recently, right? I don't know if you guys talked about those last episode, but
No, not really.
yeah, there was a lot of cool stuff, a lot of Punisher and Elektra
Yeah, I
first
noticed
yeah.
those.
and stuff.
Oh,
Still
I'm
waiting to
so
see what the
like
costume will look like.
Oh yeah.
red.
I mean, we got a sneak peek.
Oh, wow,
He
that's
has, like,
helpful.
I do like the idea because I remember when that original thing came out earlier last year, she was like wearing something around her mouth instead of on her head, and I thought that was actually kind of interesting.
Yeah.
It'd be a cool opposition to what he wore in the first season with the mask over his eyes. Granted, he's blind, so it doesn't matter. Hey,
as opposed to now he has eye holes for something that's useless.
Some white dude ran around and whipped my ass. Oh, sucks to suck. It's New York.
No, I liked the teaser trailer though. I thought the ending shot was pretty cool. It has like the background of the Punisher skull logo and all the other characters from the first season just surrounding Daredevil. It's pretty cool.
It was a really cool teaser trailer.
It's a lovely tribute again to that famous tabernacle piece. I can't remember who did it, but it was from like a few centuries ago, and it's like heaven and hell on both sides, and in the center we have the Punisher.
So how influential is he going to be in the second season? Do you think he'll be there from like the beginning to the end, or like second half, first half?
I'm assuming Punisher's probably going to be like one of the main antagonists of the show.
He'll be a season regular.
Yeah.
Or they're just doing it to throw you off.
They haven't confirmed how many episodes he'll be in, but I assume he'll be in most of them. As far as being the main antagonist,
not the main one, but one of the main antagonists.
Definitely one of them. I wonder if we'll see the return of Kingpin at all.
Yeah, because they haven't really been teasing that
Bullseye,
much
too.
Maybe in jail.
I don't think Bullseye is going to be.
Or
I don't think
Elektra can be another antagonist, too, right?
She can be an antagonist. I don't think Bullseye was ever confirmed. They were trying to get Jason Statham.
Which would have been awesome, but...
That would have been really cool.
It would have been awesome, but he mocked the show.
Yeah, that's he kind of
weird, which was...
That's the best way to get on it.
That's all right. We didn't.
He sort of mocked the industry in general.
With that bald asshole.
Yeah,
anyway.
but
which
I think personally, I don't think Bullseye is going to show up. I feel like if he was, I feel like he would have been shown by now.
I mean, they might talk about him, but they're focusing a lot on Punisher for it all. So.
Yeah. Like, if I wanted Bullseye in anything, if Punisher got his own thing, I'd love it if Bullseye showed up there and they just redo that Punisher Max story with Bullseye.
I'm almost wondering if this isn't going to be a version of Shadowland.
I mean, look at the suit.
And I know Shadowland is a real iffy comic because a lot of things happen in that book that didn't make sense. But if they adapt a live-action version, they could fix a lot of that and just ignore certain things from that comic. But
I think you're right, Luke. I also think it might be a little early to do Shadowland, but I feel like we need at least after maybe Defenders itself could be Shadowland, but
that would be interesting because I've been wondering since the beginning of this who's the main antagonist for the Defenders.
Right, and I mean, I keep thinking the Hand. I just think it's the most obvious thing.
Masters of Evil. Well, it could be the Hand.
Like things I'm looking forward to.
I was about to say Serpent Society 2. Or the Ninja Turtles, who knows?
That would probably be
the
Ninja Turtles.
Wait, the Bay Turtles? Or?
The Bay Turtles, yeah. The Shrek Turtles.
No, but going back to the Punisher's screen time in the show, I think he'll have a large role in every episode just because this is kind of his backdoor introduction to the Marvel Universe. I think this is just based on reactions. I think if he's widely accepted, I think he's going to get his own show pretty soon after.
Yeah.
If he does get his own show, I'd hope it's not really like... I don't see a Punisher show working for 13 episodes. I see like a mini-series of like maybe 3 or 4 working better, but...
But I think they made a deal, though, with Netflix making that it has to be 13 episodes for each of their shows.
Yeah.
I mean...
I don't know.
I think they could do a Netflix movie, too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, do that.
So, just do a movie on Punisher.
Yeah.
I do have a source that worked on set of Daredevil Season 2, and he said that John Bernthal's Punisher is going to make us forget about every other incarnation of the live-action Punisher.
They're gonna have to work really hard because Thomas Jane's still the Punisher to me.
Oh yeah, absolutely, me too. I mean, that's like the definitive Punisher. But
oh no, Punisher Warzone like that.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, Dirty Laundry, like that's Punisher to a T.
Yeah.
Punisher Warzone was fun, dude. What are you talking about?
It's
okay, but I'm looking for the moral complexities, not the
The funny thing about Punisher Warzone it follows the Punisher Warzone storyline in the comics almost to the T, but it was very poorly executed. I mean, in the beginning of the movie, in the first 5 minutes, spoilers for no one who's seen it yet.
No!
No, you really
No!
did.
There was a
Film that
scene
came
where
out
the
like
Punisher...
7 years
I
ago.
can never enjoy that movie again.
There was a scene with the Punisher, like, shoves a chair leg through a guy's face. Like, entirely through the
That was
guy's
great,
head.
dude. It's great action.
But,
Like,
how
It's
could
like
you?
a blunt piece of a wooden chair leg.
I said
It's like
I
shoving
like
a rubber
that.
ball into a dude's face.
yeah, I
said
mean,
I
it's
like
fine.
that.
Wonder Woman
Through his
will pipe
face.
into someone's neck.
That's Wonder Woman. This is the Punisher, a guy with no powers at all. He's a cold-blooded murderer. But he doesn't have any
Look.
superpowers. He just likes to kill people because they're bad.
Oh, anyone could do that if they tried
Right,
hard
like,
enough.
I mean, sure, but
I mean, Punisher Warzone is so ridiculously over the top.
like, I'm fine with Warzone. It is over the top, and that I think it is fun. I agree with Nick; it's fun. I just think the Thomas Jane thing and Dirty Laundry is just a better for Punisher as a character. But
I almost
Yeah.
see when Dirty Laundry came out, I really wanted that to be sort of a reintroduction to the character, because there was rumor after that came out that was sort of Thomas Jane saying, "Hey guys, I'm coming back" as the Punisher, and everyone freaked out. But then he's like, "No, I just did that as an homage to the character," and I'm like, "Damn it!"
yeah, like
Because
Well,
how
I mean, what are
amazing
you
would
gonna
that be
do?
if Thomas Jane would have came back to do?
it would have
Daredevil
been
season
cool.
2?
But I mean, I just feel like we did need someone different just for this new universe. I
Yeah.
mean, we're gonna get a Punisher that rubs his head all the time, so it's gonna be fine.
With little head rubbing. Go
That's
ahead,
a good
John.
one.
He's
That's
Rub
not
it.
gonna be.
Oh.
John
He's
Bernthal's
not-
a great actor, though. Like, I can't wait to see him, man.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
pretty good.
He's gonna
He's not
rub
gonna be a
like, a
Vietnam
gun
vet,
on his
though.
head.
Yeah, I mean, they're probably gonna do that. Yeah. Well, wait, if he's a Vietnam vet, he's gonna be fucking old.
Do you
No,
think
he's not gonna be a Vietnam vet.
Do you think
Yeah,
his
if he
Oh, well,
was
no, it wouldn't
50,
make sense.
60, he's a vet. That type
Yeah.
with Desert Storm,
Yeah.
probably.
Maybe.
I'm shooting for
Uh,
Afghanistan War.
Maybe.
Early
I'm
2000s.
shooting like he did, like, yeah.
Let's just say this: instead of being just a veteran of a war, you do sort of the Garth Ennis thing, like maybe do it differently, where like he really went fucking crazy, killed a bunch of people, so they gave him dishonorable discharge,
Ooh.
and like again, because the whole thing with Garth Ennis was Punisher's fucking crazy. Like the Punisher's like an alternate identity that like talks to him and tells him, hey, you can do this, these people don't deserve to live. And I don't know if maybe that's what they're gonna go with, but if they want to do an army backstory, just say, hey, he got kicked out of the army because he's too fucking crazy.
Man, I don't know, because that rides more the line of just I don't know, that's a little morally gray
yeah.
for me.
It was an interesting thing when you read it, but like
Yeah, well, the thing I like about the Punisher, and especially Thomas Jane's Punisher, he's like morally justified and self-righteous about it. Like,
And-
the Garth Ennis version is like, I'm really just a fucking lunatic.
well, it's like it's not even that. It's just like Punisher is like I don't want to agree with the Punisher is the thing. I want the Punisher to be someone that I'm questioning if he really is a good guy, if he's doing good things.
And I think that they'll touch on that in season 2.
Yeah, especially with that scene. We saw that scene when like he ties up Daredevil.
Oh,
and
yeah,
it's
to,
a
like,
lot
the
like that
triple.
famous comic panel.
Yes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
absolutely.
I just really hope that his origin isn't like that really stupid theory that some other YouTube channel were talking about, that they were
Wait.
saying how the in Avengers that Punisher's family would be killed by the alien, the
Oh my
Chitauri.
Oh,
God.
gosh.
Too.
No.
That's-
We could actually use that.
No.
as-
I don't know
we could
if I-
actually
I don't
use
know
as
if
a
I'd
segue
like
if you
that.
really wanted to. Kind of on.
He would be
Well,
like-
because
he'll be
then
like
he would
since the
just
event.
kill aliens. Like that would be the thing. He wouldn't care about criminals. He'd just
He'd be
kill
Predator.
aliens.
That's what he'd be.
No, the,
Would
yeah.
do-
He'd be the Predator.
Turning, like a twist of events, the Punisher's the one that kills Thanos.
Yeah, he blows up the
Not-
blows
Snipes
up
him
the
not
from
Punisher.
afar
Drax.
away.
Or Adam Warlock, or even Captain America. No, it's the Punisher.
A bullet in the brain pan kills Thanos.
Yes.
That was fun.
But
That was fun. What else we got?
Yeah, so
Kind of with
speaking
that-
of purple aliens,
Well, I mean, kind of going with that whole topic of like, do you want the escapist version of Aliens, or you want a real version where he's like Desert Storm or something? Luke and I were talking about the whole concept of, with Infinity War coming up and everything. The Russo brothers did that interview recently, talking about how fans will not be disappointed in the amount of characters in Infinity War, which clearly confirms that we're getting the Fantastic Four back. But
Oh,
conformed indeed. But it's just kind of
Shut the fuck
that when they talk about it, they're just massive nerds. And it's just kind of like, well, which would you prefer? Because they're talking about bringing more science fiction aspects into it. And just as fans, what do you think against like realism versus escapism? Personally, I just want a good movie with a nice balance. What do you guys think?
Yeah. So, well, okay. Here's the thing. Joe Russo was talking in that interview, and this is basically what he said. It's going to be our focus to explore the cosmic side, applying the same rules that we like to apply to the last two films that we've done. It ends up being the rules of physics always apply, or apply as much as we can get them to apply based on what we're doing. So he's basically saying that, look, we may have to tweak some things. It's going to be leaning more toward escapism versus a grounded approach in reality. They're changing the rules or laws of physics to better suit the story that they're trying to tell. That's what me and Will were talking about earlier. So I guess when it comes to realism versus escapism in sci-fi and fantasy, because these superhero movies are kind of a mix and match of sci-fi and fantasy. I kind of just wanted to see what your guys' thoughts on that is.
Wait, what's the question? Is it
do you have a preference between a realistic style or like more escapism and fantastic, or like what do you want out of Infinity War when it comes to like how grounded?
Well, if it isn't as dark as the Dark Knight, I want nothing to do with it.
Wait.
If I don't see a big crime theory going on, I don't see any point in investing myself.
Wait, so the Russo said that in the interview, or was
yeah.
Yeah.
You want to link it to?
Yeah, I was quoting when I said that. So,
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I think if the Civil War trailer is any indication, as far as their films are going, I think we're going to go more into that realistic, more grounded approach, just from all the things they've talked about Civil War 2, and then into Infinity Wars, I would assume. It would remain the same.
I think in terms of like the versus thing, though, it's kind of like what I think Michael said before, like kind of a mix of the two. But I mean, so I'll go and say this: Winter Soldier is amazing, I think, and it's mostly because it feels like our world, but you add in Captain America doing all this sort of just fighting against all this sort of thing, like terrorism, scaring, and freaking doing like government spying on people. And Civil War is kind of like about accountability, imperialism, freaking like our relationship with other countries. And I like the idea of doing that, but I also think when the story calls for it, fantastical things can be needed. And even then, I feel like you can do fantastical stuff and still be realistic about it. Because I'm not really sure where I stand on the both, because like I like them both pretty much the same. If you're gonna go fantastical, I really want to see fantastic stuff. That's probably why I like Guardians so much, is just that it's so colorful and there's all this alien sort of worlds.
Really out there.
I mean,
really
isn't that why we read comics and we watch movies and we play video games, is for the escapism? I personally, that's a part of why I do those things. Video games, for example, I have friends that they want like a realistic type of video game with like real physics and science and mechanics and beautiful graphics, as to where like I've always been a gameplay over graphics kind of person. So if the game has if the game has really great and fun mechanics, I will play the shit out of it. It really doesn't matter what the game looks like, as long as it's not, horribly ugly.
No discrimination. I like
that's
that.
And that's kind of how I've always felt toward video games. I play them because I enjoy the escapism. I'm not playing it for realism. I don't necessarily want my video games to be extremely realistic and have extremely realistic physics and graphics. It's just, I don't know. It's too much. Like, I'm playing it to escape reality, not to be more grounded in reality. And I think that you need to find a good balance when you're trying to tell a superhero story, especially something like Infinity War, because Infinity War, that just sounds epic and it sounds fantastical. So you have to find a good balance, because you don't want it to go too extreme, and you don't want it to be too grounded, I think. Because if you try to ground it too much, it's just going to seem extremely fake.
Exactly.
And like that, I do kind of agree with that. I also think, though, Infinity War, the way that they can do it is that you don't just have to have, like, the sci-fi stuff happening realistically. You can maybe just have realistic character motivations and realistic character interactions with these big fantastical things, because the thing with Avengers 1 is just like, when aliens come, nobody really bats an eye to the fact that they exist. Like, Captain America is just full on, oh yeah, aliens, awesome. And I'd like to think that if we see Thanos come down and we see Thanos sort of destroying everything with, like, these reality warping abilities, I'd like to see someone, like, breaking down, like, saying this can't possibly be happening, but it is. Like, you can have that fantastical stuff. I think more so it's just the characters are realistic, I think, is what they mean. And I'm okay with that. I think that would be cool.
It's funny that he said that they're going to try really hard to bring a psychological realism. He says right here, and I quote, "We obviously can't bring a naturalism to it because it doesn't really exist outside of science fiction. But we can bring that psychological realism to it, to the characters, and that's going to be our focus." Unquote.
So does he mean by, like, the decisions they make are kind of would be the realistic approach?
I think that I think in terms of story, like, I think that they should go with more of a realistic story, like a more grounded story, but maybe the characters and the epic battles need to be fantastical, because you're surrounding this in mythology and lore. Mind you, that comic book movies today are modern mythos. They are the stories that... similar stories, I guess, these fantastical stories of amazing things happening that people back in Greece and Egypt, things that we know, for example, in the Bible, those kind of stories were talked about. And these are the same things, it's just modern mythos. So
the new gods, if you will.
I think as long as they can make a good story.
Yeah. I just want a good movie
balancing
at
the
the end
two.
of the day.
Like, I don't want it to be I don't want it to be too realistic where it hurts the story, and I don't want it to be too fantastical where it just gets ridiculous.
And I think that the Russos know that. They know that they have to find a perfect balance. Because they deal like Nick and Luke said, they're dealing with real world issues. In the Winter Soldier and in presumably Civil War, they're going to be dealing with, like, real actual issues that we have today, of like surveillance and war, for example, and things like that. I don't know. I want this movie to be good. I think it will be good. They just need to find a perfect balance. They're dealing with superheroes and they're dealing with space gods. There's a lot that they're gonna have to fit into the. There's a lot they're gonna have to fit into, like, these two parts. I think they have what it takes, but I don't know.
Yeah. Any other thoughts?
I think at the end of the day, they just have to make you. They just got to make you emotionally invested in what's going on. I think. But,
Yeah.
And they have to make it feel realistic while also having a different tone than the Civil War and other Captain America movies.
If Marvel can make me cry over a fictional tree, then I think they can pull off Infinity War.
I think my only thing with Infinity War right now, I really, really hope that Thanos gets some characterization about who he is in Infinity War or something before then. Because right now he's just a purple dude on a chair.
If they would go with the Thanos Rising storyline for this Thanos, because that is like what defined Thanos for me. It really is. Like I read that in one setting and I'm like, this was like perfect. Like perfect. Jason Aaron wrote that. That was like one of the best origin stories for Thanos I've ever read. You know, he's had a few different origins, but like Thanos Rising was one of the best I've ever read.
It's great.
It really is.
And like if they can maybe do something like that, because think about it, they've all fought villains are like, oh, I want to rule the earth, or Malekith Malekith was nothing. We have Ultron who wants to sort of evolve humanity, and Thanos just comes down. They're like, what does he want? He just says, I just want to kill everything. Like, how do you reason with someone like that?
Don't do that.
We'll give you half the world. How about the others you leave us?
You find out in that origin that spoilers, Thanos has done a lot in his lifetime. It actually makes you feel for the character. It really does. You know, it starts out with his birth, and then you follow him through his adolescence, his teen years, and into adulthood. And it kind of you kind of see how he kind of shapes into this malevolent being. Titan? Yeah, the Mad Titan.
Exactly, yeah.
It's a really good comic, and I highly recommend that you guys go pick up that trade.
Yeah.
Does that story involve the whole death and his like love for her and shit?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Like that is one of the factors in how he became so evil. And he's a creature that pains. He is a creature that is that suffers from a great loss, and he's highly intelligent. That was actually one of the things that they touched on. I'm glad they touched on that. Is that he's highly intelligent, and when he was in school as a child, he was above everybody else. He was like the top student.
Right.
And he started getting like strange curiosities, like scientifically about dissecting creatures and things like that. So he started experimenting, and it just kind of went downhill from there. When he was a teenager is when things started really going downhill for him. But
as with everyone,
puberty, the downfall of man,
as we all are prone to do.
And he has a lot of babies too,
like Wolverine.
He's a pit bear.
Yeah, he's got lots and lots of children.
Who fucked that?
It's almost I don't know if we want to move on, but like I just want to put in that I love Thanos Rising whenever he's going around killing his children, because it's very mythological. It reminds me a lot of Kronos, actually.
Yeah,
killing his
they
children.
have Kronos.
It does. That's what I'm saying. Modern. That's what I'm saying, dude. It's modern mythos.
Yeah, but I'm with you guys though. They better do something to make you care about Thanos, because right now he's like the audience member or something. He's just sitting in his chair watching the Avengers movies.
I've read a few lists where he's listed as like the best Marvel villain. I'm like, he hasn't done anything
and that's
yet.
why.
The best thing he's done is smiled and grabbed something out of the closet.
Nothing scarier than the dude you don't expect.
Because he just sits there.
Yeah, I think I saw him in the theater for Age of Ultron.
It's called research.
Just sitting at his throne above everybody else.
Yeah.
I'll do it myself.
Did you guys seen the Guardians of the Galaxy, how it should have ended?
No,
Ronan,
I didn't.
Ronan was talking to Thanos. He's like, "Why don't you come down here?" And Thanos is like, "I can't. It's not my time." And then he starts floating away in the chair, and he's just like, "Infinity War."
I like the one picture of Thanos where like it's basically every single movie is just him like getting ready to go down for Infinity War. Like Civil War, he's like putting on his gloves, and like the other one, he's like putting tying his shoes.
The Infinity boots.
Oh man, that'd be so funny. It's like that Yu-Gi-Oh. It's like the Yu-Gi-Oh like.
Five God Dragon.
Pieces.
Oh no, Exodia.
Yeah,
My bad.
yeah.
Like at the end of Civil War, he'll just be like you'll just see him like getting out of the shower and putting like a robe on.
Yeah, like
you'll just see Thanos shaving, putting some deodorant on,
and then like he gets into his car and like, I am ready. And then we see him in traffic, and then it ends. Like, Thanos will return,
Not the only one that
hopefully.
really wants to see the copter.
Yes, please,
like in some
Marvel,
capacity.
make that one of the end credit scenes in Civil War. Please do that.
Yeah, but...
I think we're.
stuff.
I
I think
think
just
we're all
rambling at this point.
tapped out. Plus that was the
At
last
this
topic.
point,
So, on that note,
Oh,
that has
well,
been
well.
the show. This has been the Marvelite. With what?
It,
oh, also, wait.
No, it has.
sure, it hasn't been shitworms.
Oh,
aw.
Before we
Can't
wrap
take their
up,
stuff and bring it over
listen,
here.
man.
That's stealing.
It's too late. Armin has invaded the show, and he is set to invade
Fucking
even more.
crossovers.
So,
He's infected the hybrid network with
Yes.
CBC lore.
yeah, but,
unfortunately,
yeah, probably getting closing it out.
No, but before we wrap up, though, I wanted to say that apparently, for anyone listening, there's supposed to be a big Spider-Man
Oh, yeah,
reveal,
well,
the 15th. Just,
We'll see.
Just
We'll
throwing
see
that
how
out
it's
there.
down in
Yes.
5 days.
all you Marvelites out there, yes.
I am going to laugh my ass. Because didn't they say it's like a toy? Or it's like a
Hey,
hoodie
man.
or
Who
Who
something?
cares?
I'm just going to laugh my ass off if it's a Lego figure.
Yo, Legos, guys, I'm telling you, Legos predict the future.
No, it's
Like they predicted Hank Pym's Black Ant-Man figure. Yes. Great job, Lego. Like
they
toys
also-
predicted the scrolls. Great job, Lego.
They also predicted Giant Man in Civil
Yeah.
War. So,
They should make
Okay,
like
we
politician
knew
Legos
Giant
so we
Man
know
was
who's
going to
gonna
be a
win.
thing.
did we? Before Lego?
I knew.
Did we? Did you?
Yes, I am going to stick to my guns even though I'm wrong.
No, dude. I'm with Michael on this. Lego does
Yeah.
predict everything.
Yeah, I also hope it looks I just hope it looks the exact same as, because like think about it this way, what can they do really that makes it
Wings.
as classic as the original comic? Because the Amazing Spider-Man 2
Web
looked
wings. Yeah,
exactly
web
the
wings.
same. Like the spider
And
web
the
wings.
emblem
Have it be
on the
black
back.
and red, basically, is like the
Oh, the
only
fat bug.
No, that's
Yeah,
Miles
like
Morales' thing.
I'll look at it and I'll be like, yeah, that's pretty cool. And then everyone's gonna be like on YouTube making like, fat spider on the back, get hype. Like,
Hey, I actually want the fat spider on the back. So
I
chill.
do too, but I'm just like it's gonna look the exact same, but it's gonna have like the fat spider and
Looks like a
hopefully the
fucking
web
cosplay.
armpits,
The
Webby
web
pits.
armpits.
Web
yeah.
wings.
the web armpits. Yes,
No,
the
dude,
ones
the-
that help him glide.
I want the web wings.
You gotta
I'm
have the web
probably
wings
the
from
only
web
one
pits.
that want them.
Because I'm the only one that watched that show.
Dude, I want the spider cycle, whatever you call that shit.
We
I
need
want
to,
the
we need
yeah,
to let
spider
this
mech.
episode die.
Yeah,
Someone
let me put it down.
Someone put it down.
It's been the
Oh,
Marvel
man.
Elite. It's been a good night. Don't forget.
This is episode
episode
17, by the way.
So don't forget to like,
Yeah.
comment, and subscribe to Hybrid Network. This episode, it has been me, your leader, Will, as well as Marvel Elite Luke.
Yo, it's been good, Scrubs. We'll
and
see you next
DC
week.
Luke.
I hate Marvel.
So does Max Landis. No, I'm kidding.
Fuck
I
you.
thought that was my line. Wait,
Other black dude, Michael.
I mean, obviously.
Hey guys, it's Michael, aka Farewell34. Spider-Man's gonna be
Oh,
inhuman.
And
Oh man,
no, wait,
last
no.
I saw all that-
Hater Nick.
get out of here.
Yeah, J. Jonah Jameson will finally get his Spider-Man pictures on the 15th. Yeah,
He'll get his spider
There you go.
Snapchats.
yeah.
That's right. All you
Eagle
Marvelites,
Snapchat.
be looking out
All
for
right,
that.
guys. Well,
I am
you guys
stoked.
have a good day, evening, night, or whatever. That has been the show. Yeah.
Yeah, see ya.
Peace.
Till
All right,
next
later.
time.
And